Yes, this is CI 2017. We have three teams left. Those three teams are FBCLB, Athens, and Kettle Moraine. Now, everyone probably expected Athens, Kettle Moraine. They were the top two teams at the New Year's Classic. For them to be the top two teams again, that wouldn't be surprising. But FBCLB, I don't know who had them in the top three, but if you did, you did great picking on that. They're a good team. They're built kind of like Kettle, but I don't think their quizzers are as strong. But they have multiple people who can answer questions. This comes down to, and to some degree, what Poston and I talked about earlier. If you're Kettle, who do you want to face? Do you want to face the team with multiple people who can get up quickly in a two-team quiz, or do you want to face the team that's got one really star quizzer? I think if you're Kettle, you'd rather face Athens. Either way, this is all three teams have a low. We're going to get rid of one of them, get down to the final two, in which case the rules change greatly. So we have three teams left. I just heard a cheer over in Division 2, so let's see if we have a score update on that. We don't, so we'll just leave it at that. But we had a Division 2 quiz just ended. I assume someone won, someone lost, whatever. They were down to two teams, so we may have a champion, or there may be a quiz left. Those two teams are the Avalanche of Falls and Kettle Moraine. Coming down the top three teams, again, Kettle Moraine, Athens, FBCLB. I think a lot of people had two of those teams. I don't know who had the third of those teams, FBCLB. FBCLB lost their first quiz in the tournament, has been sensational since, getting a number of high wins, doing really, really well. This is going to be exciting, and I think you're going to see a little bit of clashing styles here, where you have Athens as a patient team, a second half of the quiz team. It's not uncommon for Athens to score 40 more points in the second half of a quiz than the first half. FBCLB is a front runner. They like to get ahead. It's not uncommon for them to score more points in the early part of the quiz. Kettle has been all over the place today. I think they're the best team. That doesn't, if win or lose, that's not going to change my opinion on that. But they've had quizzes where they've run off and got a lot of points. They've had quizzes where they've had to come behind. They've done a variety of things. Hopefully that quiz off gave them a time to just exhale, breathe, and say, okay, we can do this. We can do this. So I don't know how much longer we're going to be before we start, but we are going, we do have those three finalist teams. So, again, three teams: Athens, Kettle Moraine, FBCLB. So those of you who picked that beforehand, good job. Good job on that. Okay. Let's say what it will take for FBCLB to win this quiz and then get to a two-team quiz. Doing what they're doing, they have a couple of quizzers. They have four quizzers who can get initials pretty regularly. Kettle has four quizzers. Athens is, of these three teams, they have the least amount of depth. So, but I think they're the smartest quizzing team of these three teams, of every team. I think they're the smartest team quizzing, and they have been all year. So we're going to see how that plays out. We have, really, you couldn't ask for better drama. You get down to five teams, all of them have one low. That doesn't happen very often. We get down to whatever. I see a bunch of people coming over. I am guessing that the Falls Avalanche beat Kettle Moraine in Division 2. Hopefully someone can verify that for me. But I think the Avalanche... Okay, they're going to do some announcements. I think they're going to give out some awards. So we're going to, we'll wait to turn it over until they're ready to go. But it looks like, and I don't have official word on this, but it looks like Falls Avalanche won Division 2 and Kettle Moraine got second. I don't have verification, but based on body language and the fact that everyone's leaving that room, I'm guessing that Falls Avalanche, a team without a low, sallied forth and went ahead and won. And then Kettle would be the second-place finisher, McQuantico third. Then the second team from Falls Blizzard, got fourth. So that appears to be the situation. We have Falls. Okay, let's see. Pastor Jono is talking to the teams. He's telling them to get down. It looks like we're going to go to award ceremony. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Pastor Jono. Well, he's not. It looks like he's about to take over. So this will be the award ceremony. The award ceremony up to a degree. And we're getting some mic here. So, yeah, the award ceremony. When they come back, there are 3 teams left in the Elite Division. Those teams are Athens, FBC LB, and Kettle Moraine. So Athens, FBC LB, and Kettle Moraine. So very good day for Temple, who got 4th. A very good day for Falls, who got 5th. In fact, we had a very good day. I would say we had a very good day for Heritage, who got 6th. Getting 6th in this tournament is a really an accomplishment. Those of you who listen to my podcast regularly at BibleQuizzer.net know that I consistently say this is the best tournament of the year. The winner of this tournament is the best team of the year. And you may like the way other tournaments are structured, and that's fine. That's your liberty to do so. But if we ever put together a tournament of champions, it's going to look like this tournament. Only good teams, quizzing a lot, and eliminating teams as we go. That's what a tournament of champions would look like. So that's what we got. This is effectively a tournament of champions. Now, you don't necessarily have to be a champion to get invited, but it pretty much is only really, really good teams. And so we love that. We appreciate it, and we're moving forward. It looks like we're about to have the awards ceremony, which means the unveiling of the top quizzers, the announcement of the top teams. We don't know. We know who the top 3 teams are in the Elite Division. We just don't know the order yet. We know who the top 3 teams are. We do not know the order yet. So just a great 2 days of quizzing. Woodside does a tremendous job putting this on. This tournament, I always tell people this should be a bucket list item. If you've never been to the CI, you need to come. It's worthy of coming to. It's a great tournament. For my opinion, it is the best tournament of the year. And since I'm the one with the microphone right now, I guess that's what you're going to hear. So if you've never been and you like Bible quizzing, which I'm assuming you do to some degree, because otherwise you probably wouldn't be paying attention to this. But I think if you like Bible quiz, you need to make it to this tournament at least once. And so I just, there's no better way to put it than that. It looks like we're going to break. We're going to do some awards. I see Pastor Jono walking towards the chancel, and we've got that. Again, 3 teams. We got Athens, who I think is the smartest quizzing team in the country. They have Calvin Pettyjohn, who is a top 5 quizzer in the country. They quiz smart. They don't beat themselves, but there are teams more talented. And frankly, I think both of the other 2 teams are more talented top to bottom. I think it's indisputable that Kettle Moraine is more talented. They've got 4 of the top 10 quizzers in the country for sure. FBCLB is deep. I don't know, and I'm going to be interested to see this when the individual stats come out. How are any of those top quizzers, are any of them from FBCLB? They might not be, because that is truly a team in the best sense of the word. I don't know that they could have made it this far without any one of their quizzers. They have all contributed to what is a great performance. And I'm very excited. Coach Carl Ballesteros is a great guy. I've gotten to know him a little bit in the last few years. He's invited me to come to their church for their cast tournament, and I found it it was a great experience. I saw them again at cast this last year. It was not at their church, but they did attend, and just really, it's a phenomenal thing. That's fine. All right, so, like we said, we're going to do the awards. Then we're going to have a quiz of the elite division, the top 3 teams, Athens, FBCLB, and Kettle Moraine. These are 3 really good teams. Kettle Moraine, I think, has a chance to be historically good. I think Athens and FBCLB have a chance to win this tournament, which is all that we care about now. Athens last year, their team was historically good last year. A tremendous team. And they graduated 3 seniors from that team. And the wisdom imparted by those 3 seniors has left behind a very smart team. And again, for my opinion, they're the smartest quizzing team in the country. They do not beat themselves. They do not make foolish mistakes. They do smart things. And because of that, they're here, and there are probably more talented teams out there, but they're here. You have FBCLB, who I think a very deep team. Everyone on that team can answer questions. That's not something you're going to see probably from Athens at this level. And Kettle Moraine, everyone can answer questions, and not only can they answer questions, they could all be number 1 quizzers on teams built around one. So Jono has got the mic. He's ready to go. Take it away, Jono.
Let's go ahead and take some time here just for a short break before the intense finals for the elite. Give the teams a little bit of a break, but at the same time I want to recognize 2 of the ministries in Division 2. The Division 2 quizzing was just finished, and exciting competition. We'll announce the remaining quizzers. This is something we haven't done before the awards ceremony. But 2 of the 3 ministries need to get on the road, 1 to the airport and 1 driving back to Wisconsin. And because it is so significant, 8 of the top 10 quizzers are from these two ministries. So we'd have an award ceremony at the end with nobody coming forward. So I'd like to recognize the individuals first, and then we'll give out the team trophies and give them the recognition that they have earned. So I'll read the just from the ministries affected now, and then I'll recognize the other quizzers, remaining quizzers in the award ceremony after the elite finals. We have in 10th place from Falls Blizzard, Chloe Schilling. Heather, can you help me pass these out? Then from Falls Blizzard as well, Lindsay Tomich. Also in 7th, which one are they? I'm sorry. 9th and 10th? Okay. From Aquanago, I have number 8th quizzer, Logan Henning. Also from Aquanago, 7th ranked quizzer, Lydia Roberts. The 6th overall quizzer, Lydia, you let your brother beat you, huh? David Roberts, come on up. The 6th overall quizzer. Then we have the number 5 overall quizzer, Joshua Golzinski. Did I pronounce that right? Or is that even? Right. From Aquanago. job. All so ranked 5, 6, 7, and 8, all from Aquanago. Good job. Yeah. Then number 3 overall quizzer from Falls Avalanche, Stephen Van Gelderen Jr. Good job, Stephen. Number 2 overall quizzer from Falls Avalanche, Hannah Lynn Van Gelderen. You know what? There are 2 remaining quizzers on this list, and I think they're in this room. So let's go ahead and recognize the remaining, then we get a group picture. I have the number 4 overall quizzer, Josiah Swaffer. The top overall quizzer for Division 2, Priscilla Fuller.
10 Wisconsin quizzers in the top 10. Amazing.
Hi, Priscilla. This is the Wisconsin All-Star team. Nobody's just done this. Right.
All right, so as has been pointed, Josiah. As has been pointed out, all 10 top quizzers in Division 2 are from Wisconsin. I did want to point out one honorable mention. The best non-Wisconsin quizzer is actually a tie for 10th place, but with the tiebreaker, we didn't have 2 awards, but the tiebreaker was Esther Manny from Woodside. She tied for 10th. So let's recognize her as well. Good job, Esther. Esther, why don't you stand? Let's give her a hand. Technically, with the tie, she tied for 10th place as the top quizzer. All right, so let's do the awards. While you guys are up here, so I don't have to go back down and back up again. 3rd place for Division 2, we had McQuanago. Their whole team is up here. Let's go ahead and give all the awards out here. 2nd place in Division 2, we had Kettle Moraine. Thank you. Kettle Moraine. And if, David, why don't you come on up too, buddy? All right, and then the winners for Division 2, Falls Avalanche. Let's give them a hand. The rest of the remaining quizzers. So let's have all 3 teams. Falls Blizzard, why don't you guys have a seat? Yes, I'm going to wait for your quizzers to come on up. You guys go over there. I'll give you your award, and we'll get a trophy with all 3 teams. Bye. All right. Congratulations, first place.
All right.
Let's give them a hand. Congratulations, Division 2 quizzers. All right, we'll take about 2 more minutes and we'll start the Elite Division finals.
And the whole tournament, I thought Stephen Van Gelderen had those glasses because he needed them like I do for sight, but instead they're protection against the sharp edge of the trophy. That would have been a bad story. Hannah Lynn put my eye out at a Bible quiz tournament. So,
all right, here we are. We have we just had the award ceremony, so we're going to go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. We're going to come back and talk about the top 3 teams in Elite Division once again, and those were all the Division 2 awards. Division 2 is over for the day, but it was a great day, and as was mentioned, Wisconsin dominated.